discuss heavy one. Heavy one. So you know that you have already discussed water. Water. But why is it called heavy one? We have already discussed water and its property. But why is it called heavy water? So let us see why is it called heavy water. If we write the isotopes of hydrogen is 1H1, 1H2 and 1H3. 1H3. So this protium, I think it is deuterium, that is tritium. So you see, in hydrogen, what is the weight? Is if this is the weight, molecular weight. So water formula is that, and D2O is. So what we are seeing that the weight, we calculate weight of water and D2O, the weight of water and D2O. So we observe that is difference. That is some difference. So in difference we will see the weight of this D2O is, molecular weight of D2O is 20 and that of 60. How? For hydrogen 2 into 1 plus 60 and for this 2 into 2 plus 60. So good. So like this we can calculate the weight. First question is this, that it is called being the oxide of deuterium. Deuterium is heavier than the hydrogen. Even it is isotope, and you know that isotopes have similar properties. Similar properties. So isotopes. Okay. So it is called heavy water. Why is it called heavy water? Because its molecular weight is higher than that of H2O. So it is called heavy water. And if we discuss about the properties of heavy water, so we can discuss so many properties, and being the isotopes of hydrogen, so it has similar properties. Whatever properties we have discussed for H2O, similar properties it shows, but there are some difference. Even some difference is also there. What is difference? The quantitative properties of D2 water is D2O is higher than the H2O. Quantitative property, quantitative properties of D2O is higher than S2. Like Vp is boiling point, melting point of D2O is higher than S2. So quantitative properties of D2O is higher than S2. But if we talk about dielectric constant, we talk about dielectric constant. So dielectric constant of H2O is higher than D2. Dielectric constant of H2O is higher than D2. But dielectric constant of H2O is higher than D2. It means the ionic compounds are less soluble in D2. Being ionic or the dielectric constant of H2O is higher, so it is able to dissolve the ionic compounds. Due to lesser dielectric constant, the D2O is not able to dissolve that much ionic compounds that water can. So here we discussed means properties means H2O and D2O. So let us move to D2O. Let us move to D2O and how to prepare D2O. It can be prepared same as, so here if 5,000 water molecules are there, so that one molecule of heavy water may be present. And remember this. So it is present in very lesser quantity. It is present in very lesser quantity. So let us see the preparation of heavy water. What? Preparation of heavy water. How to prepare the heavy water. So heavy water, preparation of heavy water. Heavy water. Okay. So preparation of heavy water, but it can be prepared by fractional distillation. You know that fractional distillation you have studied in lower classes as well as in 10th class also. So during fractional distillation, boiling point of H2O is higher, so it will remain in flask. And this process is being done for a long process, so all the water molecules will evaporate from that and heavy water will remain in the flask. So by this we can prepare. And second is prongulated electrolysis of water. Prolonged electrolysis of water. So by this method we can also prepare the prolonged electrolysis of water. You know that H2O is present in water. D2O present in water. So when the prolonged electrolysis will take place, so H2O and D2O will release, and this H2O will release and D2O, the releasing rate of H2 is higher than the O2. So D2O will remain there, and D2O will remain there because the melting and boiling point of D2O is higher than that. So we can discuss here that we can say that by the prolonged electrolysis we can prepare the D2O. So by this method we can prepare. There are two methods. One is fractional distillation and second is prolonged electrolysis of. So chemical properties of heavy water. So you know that heavy water is being heavier. Its rate of reaction is slower than water. The rate of reaction of D2O is slower than water because D2O is heavier than water, but it shows same properties, same chemical behavior like water. So first reaction, let us see first reaction with metal. Reaction with metals. So first I will write with water. When water react with metal, sodium metal I am taking, and water. When it react with, it forms what? NaOH plus H2. For this we can balance it. So 2 and so what is from sodium hydroxide? If instead of that, instead of H2O we take 2D2. What? 2D2, it will form sodium deuteroxide plus what is that? D2. Sodium deuteroxide plus D2. So what you have seen that it has similar properties. It has similar property. Reaction with metals. When it reacts with metals, it forms deuterium oxide. So sodium, that is sodium hydroxide, and is sodium deuteroxide. Okay. If other reaction we see, reaction with metal oxide. Reaction with metal oxide. Second we can see a reaction with metal oxide. So if metal oxide we take, if any metal oxide we take like this, if I took sodium oxide, what is sodium oxide, and when it reacts with D2O, so it will form deuterium oxide, sodium deuterium oxide. So like this it will react. Reaction with that. Next is reaction with calcium carbide. That is reaction with CaC2. So calcium carbide, when water reacts with CaC2, what does it form? When it reacts with H2O, it forms calcium hydroxide and acetylene. Calcium hydroxide and acetylene, we can say C2H2. So when instead of this we will take this, so it will form calcium deuterium oxide. Calcium deuterium oxide plus what will be deuteroacetylene. Deuteroacetylene. So when it react with calcium, reaction with calcium carbide. Next reaction with non-metal oxide. Reaction with non-metal oxide. So three reactions we have seen here. Reaction with non-metal oxide. So in non-metal oxide it reacts as water, but rate of reaction is slower. So what you will see, a reaction with non-metal oxide. Non-metal oxide. So I have taken here SO3 and D2. So it will form D2SO4. It will form D2SO4. When water reacts, if we instead of this take water, it will form H2SO4. So it is called hydrogen sulfate, and that is called deuterosulfate. What is called deuterosulfate. So like this product is formed. Reaction with aluminum carbide. Reaction with, we can write reaction with reaction with Al2C3. Reaction with A4C3. So what it will form? Like water it will react and it will form deuteromethane. Like this, if we take Al4Cl3, it reacts with water and forms water. 3CH4 plus 4AlOH whole twice. Like this. And instead of this, we are taking what? Instead of this, we are taking D2O. So what it will form? Deuteromethane. And what it will form? Aluminium deuteroxide. It will form aluminium deuteroxide. So we can balance it 12H2. So what we have discussed? We have discussed the chemical properties. Its chemical properties are mostly similar to to the water, but the rate of reaction is slower than the water because it is higher than the water. So we have discussed. And what is used? I think you understand the topics. And what is used of this? It is used as moderator in nuclear, where in nuclear reaction. It is used as moderator in nuclear. So here what you say that it is used in nuclear reactor to control the reaction rate, means moderator in nuclear reactor. It is used in nuclear reactor. It is used in nuclear reactor to control reaction. Means as it is moderator. What is it is? Moderate means slow down the reaction. Moderator. It is used as moderator. So, and it is used as NMR spectroscopy. So it is beyond your level. And NMR spectroscopy is used. Okay. So these are the properties and preparation of heavy water. So today we have discussed these topics. If some doubts, you can write comment to the topic. That will be corrected. Your suggestion will be taken seriously. So please comment it. What is the quality, and if any bad things, you also say that. Our last point is in the property of D2O, that biological property of D2O. So biological property of D2O will be discussed here. So in that if you see D2O is being heavier, it slow down all the reaction of all the living things, like our metabolic process, metabolism, and other activities also. So it is not useful for the biological purposes. Means it is unfit for biological purposes. And last point is dihydrogen acid fuel. So you know that fuel give us energy. That is it. In our cells, without fuel give us energy to perform. Or in F class you have a certain calorific value. So calorific value of hydrogen is higher than other fuels are being used. So it produces more energy in comparison to other fuels. So the calorific value of hydrogen is higher and it is used as a fuel, and efficiency of hydrogen is also higher. But when it is used, is completely burnt and produce very less amount of smoke. So it is better fuel than other fuels, but it doesn't burn completely when the hydrogen gas is being burnt. So due to presence of nitrogen in that causes the problem that nitrogen oxide are present in here, and that causes the problem. So here we have discussed that hydrogen gas as a fuel. So hydrogen gas is a good fuel that can be used for the electrolysis, but it is polluting the environment in very lesser quantity due to presence of nitrogen in as to in tracer amount it is present. So it pollutes the atmosphere by the forming the nitrogen oxide. So today we are going to bind up